What's up YouTube? Jared here, Fragrance Bros, bringing you guys another Oudvember day. Today, day 25. And today's scent, one you probably have not heard of, a fragrance by the name of Oudh Nawab from Juan Perez. First off, let me show you my new shirt. Asgardian Absinthe. Got a little Loki action going on. Yeah. Can you guys see that? Anyway. Oudh Nawab from Juan Perez. Now, I don't know a lot about Juan Perez. Dave knows more than me, but I'll tell you what I do know. I think Juan Perez is an indie perfumer. He sent out some samples to the Fragrance Bros, and this was among them. And it's an oud fragrance. We thought it'd be great to try out some indie stuff, so we went with this one. And Dave is a big fan of this, and he was excited for me to try it. So into Oudvember came Oudh Nawab. Now, I wanted to read you guys the notes because this fragrance is not on Fragrantica. It's not on base notes. Maybe I'll type these in the description so that you guys can read it, since you can't go and look at it. I'll try to find a link for you guys if I can. But anyway, the notes. Top notes of turmeric, bergamot, and black pepper. Heart notes of oud from Borneo, golden myrrh from Somalia, allspice, cardamom, cinnamon, saffron, Persian figs and dates. And the base notes are benzoin, patchouli, tonka bean, frankincense from Oman, labdanum, vetiver, ambergris or ambergris, and musks. So when you hear that note breakdown, you probably get some idea in your mind of what this smells like. I know I did. And the notes that stand out to me when I read this are these spicy notes. And this fragrance, to me, is dominated by the spicy notes. Chief among those, turmeric, black pepper, and the allspice cardamom combination. When you first spray this fragrance, to me, it smells a lot like a spice cabinet, like in your kitchen. And, you know, I'm not a chef, so I don't know all my spices real well, but I do know that this scent is reminiscent of a lot of different spices coming together. I smell pepper, and I smell turmeric, I believe. I know I smell allspice. The bergamot is there in the opening to give it a little bit of brightness, but overall this is, to me, a very dry fragrance. Very, very dry. Kind of along the same lines of Laird Desert Americaine. Doesn't really smell like that, but that dry, arid, desert kind of feel is what dominates this to me. And I would say that the name Oudh Nawab is a bit of a misnomer. I don't know anything about Nawab, but I don't smell much oud in this. To me, the key things happening here are the spices, and maybe some of those myrrh, frankincense notes as well. But really, it's all about the spices to me. I dare say that none of you have smelled an oud fragrance like this before. I had never heard of turmeric being used in a fragrance. I never heard of allspice being used in a fragrance. When I read that, I thought, really? That's crazy. Like, you know, to me, that's just a cooking thing. I suppose this could be called a gourmand, but not in the way you're used to. Normally when we hear gourmands, we're thinking vanillas, chocolate, you know, things like that. I don't know what else, things like that, you know, coffee maybe. This is not that same kind of gourmand. I mean, it may smell like something that might be edible, but I don't think this smells like something you want to eat, because it smells like raw spices. I don't think anybody wants to really eat that. So, blast of just a sort of a dry, spicy feel, and then those eventually kind of come away a little bit. It gets a little bit sweeter and a little bit lighter, but really, to me, it's a fairly linear fragrance. That's kind of what you're going to get. And for those of you who have done a lot of oud sniffing, and you want to sort of expand your horizons on oud, I think you got to try this one, because I've never smelled an oud fragrance like this, or a fragrance like this, period. It's just very, very unique, very different. To me, it's a bit unwearable. There are things that smell fine in real life, but that you don't really want to smell like all day. And this kind of falls in that category to me. I think it's an excellent exercise in fragrance artistry, and, you know, just trying a different, unique take on oud. So I applaud Juan for that. Just to me, this is up in a place where I probably wouldn't wear this, because I don't know, I don't think I want to smell like those kind of spices. It could be just me. Admittedly, a lot of those notes and the slant of this is probably much more Middle Eastern than you know, Whitey Jer over here from America. So maybe for that audience it would be more suitable. For me, it doesn't quite hit the keynotes for me. Dave was a big fan. I think Dave really has an appreciation for this. And maybe you'll see more videos about this fragrance in the future. For me, I'm probably just going to pass on this one. The performance is outstanding. This fragrance is strong. It lasts 12 hours plus. You're going to get great performance. I didn't feel like it projected real well or poorly, probably just average on projection. And my wife was, just sort of on the fence. This fragrance doesn't seem to evoke a lot of positive or negative feelings. It's kind of like, well, there's spices. My overall take on this is very cool, very interesting. If you're a fragrance fanatic, I think you got to try it just because it's so different. But I'd buy samples to try it out because I think this could be polarizing. So anyways, thank you, Juan, so much for the sample. I really like what you're doing, and I really appreciate your boldness and your vision for your fragrances. And I hope that we see more from you in the future. And to all of my Oudvember friends, thank you for tuning in again for day 25. We have 5 days left, guys, and then there'll be a wrap-up video at the end. If you're still listening to the video, which I hope you are, you're not tired of listening to me talk yet, I would love to get some feedback from you guys on what sort of things you want to hear me talk about in that final wrap-up video. Obviously there's going to be, what were my favorites from the month or something like that. But if there are other things you would like to hear me talk about or me try to answer about what happened this month, or things I smelled or my impressions, or anything like that, please comment down below or send us a PM or hit us up on Facebook or whatever, and just give us some feedback, the kind of material you want to see in that final video. Alright, that's it, guys. I'm getting tired. I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow night for day 26. Have a good one, guys. Bye.